channel. My name is Lily. I'm a knitwear designer and I'm a yarn dyer. And today I wanted to share some pattern ideas and color combination ideas for my new summer in stock / made to order collection for my hand dyed yarn. So I just wanted to go through a bunch of pattern ideas with color combinations, pattern ideas in general, and go through all the swatches and show you all the colors, tell you what bases they're going to be available on, and basically tell you all about it. So I'm going to jump right into it, starting with some pattern ideas. If you see me looking over here, that is where my list is in my notebook. So we're going to get right into it. And the first pattern idea is the Olga sweater or just a striped sweater. I know Other Loops has a striped sweater with a really fun construction. So that's another option, but I was thinking you could do it in deep ocean and salt water, which, let me pull out those swatches. They're right next to me. And I thought this might be a good idea because it's going to be a low contrast sweater and all blue. So if you can see it, I will also insert pictures somewhere on the screen of what the colors look like. So these are crochet swatches. So these are what the colors look like. They're really pretty and they're very close in color, but saltwater. This is deep ocean, this is saltwater. Saltwater is just a tiny bit lighter, but I think it would be really pretty in a low contrast striped sweater. And I have a knit swatch here. It's a giant knit swatch. Again, this is saltwater and this is deep ocean. This is on my Stormy sock base, my new bases. And I think these two would look really cool in a sweater together as low contrast and just all blue. If you're a lover of blue, I think this will be perfect. My next pattern idea is vanilla socks. So just plain old socks, regular old pattern. I think Summerly has a pattern that I think I've knit from before. Yeah, I've knit from before. I'll insert a picture. Also my own hand dyed yarn. If you hear anything in the background, those are my dogs because they like to be loud when I need to do something. So I have two variegated colorways and they're called Summer Pansies, which is this top one, and then Pool Day, which is this one. And as you can see in the swatch, they're kind of self-striping yarns, and this is on, I believe, 30 stitches. So I think on a 60 stitch sock count, it will give you some micro striping. I have not tried that out, so take what I say carefully, or just a really heavily variegated sock. And I think it would be so pretty. I'm going to knit myself a pair, probably in both for myself with the leftover yarn that I have. But if you can see here, they're just really pretty colorways. And I think they would work up really nice in some vanilla socks. And then here are the crochet swatches. As you can see, the crochet swatches are not self-striping because crochet takes up more yarn more quickly. So it is variegated, but I think it still gives a really cool look to it. As with this one, Pool Day. And everything is on the Stormy sock base. So if you were wondering what these were on, the next pattern idea is the Love Letter top. And I think it would be really pretty in Game Night, which is this beautiful red color, an orangey kind of red. I don't know how orange it shows up on camera. It's not a bright orange, but it just is an orangey toned red. And I love it. And I think the Love Letter top would be so pretty. Love Letter top by Kudubakika. I don't know if I'm saying the names of the designers, but I'll put it on the screen as well. And then this is the knit swatch. So is this upside down? Yeah. So it's this color. This stripe right here is Game Night. And I think that would be really pretty in the Love Letter top. I've always wanted to knit the Love Letter top in a red color because it's called the Love Letter top. And I think that would be a really pretty top to make. The next pattern idea is, sorry, again, I'm looking to the side, is this stripe pipe sweater. So this one I have multiple ideas for, and I'll put them somewhere on the screen, but I think the main color, because if you'll see in the pattern photo somewhere, The main color is a light beige color. I think she used Double Sunday by Sandnes Garn, but it's a light beige off-white color. And if you wanted something a little bit more colorful and a little bit more interesting, I think corn maze would really give you that like slightly variegated look, slightly yellow, pinky kind of look. This is the crochet swatch. And then this is the knit swatch. So this will be the most important for determining what you want for the stripe pipe. But this is corn maze. I think it would be really pretty as the main color in a stripe pipe sweater, and have just the first idea at the top of my head, Game Night and Deep Ocean as at least two of the colorways that you could add within the sweater as well. Also, I'm thinking Exploration, which is this green color, and maybe Movie Theater Popcorn, which is this color. But you could do a lot of different color combinations in stripe pipe sweater, or just a striped sweater in general with using multiple different colors. There are a lot of striped patterns out there. As I said, the Olga sweater by Petite Knit, or might be called the Direction Loop sweater by Other Loops. I'm not quite sure on that one, but Other Loops has a striped sweater pattern. A lot of different designers have striped sweater patterns. So you could really choose any of the colors, or you could go wild and choose maybe not the variegated, but all of the tonal / semi-tonal colorways, and just make a really striped sweater. You can make the stripe pipe dress also by Kuda Vakika. There are so many options, and I'll probably put somewhere on the screen pictures of different colorways together, different palettes I've put together as well that I think look good together. The next pattern idea that I have is the Scarlet Sweater by Petite Knit. And this is a newly released pattern by Petite Knit, and I'm in love with it. I love it so much. I think it's just such a cool design, and I think it would look good in any color. Of course, if you wanted to go with the red, you could go with Game Night. Her red, I think, is similar to this, but not exact. Might be a little bit darker, but you could go with this. Again, showing Game Night. You could go with that one. You could go with Exploration, which is this green. You could, for neutral, you could go with Morning Coffee, which is this brown color. You could really choose anything. If you wanted a blue, choose one of the blues. Really, that sweater is just full of opportunities with any of the tonals or variegateds. You could go wild and go with the Summer Pansies or Pool Day as well, and just make it super colorful. But I've been looking at that sweater pattern, and I thought I would include it for any people who like just plain stockinette with just one colorway. The next pattern idea is the Sophie Scarf by Petite Knit, or basically any mini scarf / headband. I don't personally put a scarf around my neck, but I do like to have a headband that you can tie around your head or tie a bow on your hair. I think that would be really pretty if you just wanted to get one skein. I think I'm going to use the knit swatch. I think that Game Night would be really pretty as a pop of red for Christmas time or Valentine's Day, but one of the blues could be pretty. Corn Maze could be pretty as like a light neutral, same with Morning Coffee. There are a lot of different possibilities, or even one of these crazy ones as a fun pop of color. I think the Summer Pansies colorway would be perfect as a headband for summer, just a really variegated and colorful, just little headscarf pattern. The next pattern idea is the Maxine sweater by Laura Penrose, and I love this sweater pattern. I've never knit it. I want to knit it, but I just love it. She also has a water bottle pattern for that. That's the first pattern I think she released in the Maxine line, so you could go with either one of those. But I'm thinking either, so she has two samples, one with a light color for the background and one with a darker color for the background. So I think for the main color, you could either go with Corn Maze or Morning Coffee. I mean, you could go with any of the colors, but if you want to go for a neutral base, you could go with either one of those. And then really just go, like, let your imagination just go wild and choose any of these colors for the motif. I know there's a 6-color version and a 3-color version. If you wanted less colors, you pick less colors, obviously, but I think I really like the idea of morning coffee as the main colorway. I think that would just be really pretty neutral with some of these pop-up colors for when it's gloomy outside and you just want a pop-up color. I think that would be really pretty. The next pattern idea is a Stella quilt cushion slash blanket, also by Laura Penrose. This is just a great pattern if you want to buy a bunch of colorways from a collection and put them all together in a blanket or a cushion. I believe for the blanket that you can just buy one 100-gram hank and you can use it for one plain motif. So if you wanted to buy all the colorways, you could have a motif in each of the colorways. I think the biggest option for the blanket is 12 squares, but I think the second largest is 9 squares. So if you wanted to get a bunch from the collection, you could and just have like one motif, one single color, or you could buy a bunch of different skeins and mix and match all the different colorways together. I think that would be really pretty as well. And like if you wanted to buy a separate like undyed yarn, but for the main color you can, but you could also go with corn maze as the main color just because it has a little bit of variegation in it, so it'll just add a little bit more interest. But this is a little bit more yellow slash pinky tone, so I understand that doesn't go with every single yarn because different yarns have different undertones to them, but I think this could be really pretty. But yeah, so I think the quilt or the blanket would be a really good option to if you just were looking for a big project or a stash buster and you like some of the colors from the collection, you just kind of wanted to meld them all together. The next pattern idea, this is a lot of Laura Penrose, but the Jack scarf by also Laura Penrose, and she just released this, and there are two sizes there. I think there's a small and there's a large, and so the large version might use up to 100-gram hanks. I'm not sure. I tried to look into the pattern before, but wasn't clicking with my brain at that moment. So I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But if you just wanted to get 2 skeins or even just 1 skein of yarn from the collection, I think that's a great option for a little neck scarf, mini shawl, little headband, or a bandana kind of thing. She's also working on the Jack shawl as well, which includes a bunch of different colors. So when that one comes out, you can also buy from this because I think that pattern will come out while all of these are still available. And so I think that's just a great pattern because I believe the small size uses exactly 50 grams of 2 colorways and it's striped, and I think that's a really good stash buster. But also if you just wanted to get 1 special or 2 special hanks, I think that's a great idea for special colorways. The next pattern idea is the Vivi cardigan slash pullover. I'm not sure. I believe she has a sweater version and a cardigan version, but in my mind I'm thinking of the cardigan version. She knit it in really bright red colors, so if you wanted to do that, you could do it in game night. And I think the colors are similar. It's orangey bright red. I think it would just look gorgeous in that. And then if you wanted to go for blue, again, deep ocean or saltwater, morning coffee, any of these I think would work really well. Again, it's another cabled pattern, so I think the cables would just really show off that colorway really nice, and both of them the colorway and the cables would complement each other, and I think it's just a great pattern to knit in just a really bright saturated color. And now I wanted to chat a little bit about the bases that I have available. I am not going to go into every single one because there are a lot, so I'm going to put them on the screen, but I am going to talk about the base that I made the swatches in. So the base I made the swatches in is my Stormy sock, and I'll have the information right here because I cannot remember. Oh, I think it's 100% superwash merino, and I just really want to chat about this because I am in love with this yarn. It is, as you can see, this is my swatch. It is super drapey and flowy. This is on 3.5mm needles, and it's super drapey, super flowy, would be great in a fingering weight sweater. It's really soft. It is a delight to work with. I just love it so much, especially in crochet. The texture it has in a finished crochet piece is so dreamy. It is so nice. This yarn kind of has a slight shine to it, but not super shiny to where it's like not what you want. It is just has great stitch definition. It's just lovely. I'm just obsessed with it. In crochet, I love the texture of it. As someone who has lots of sensory things, this is a very nice sensation on my hands. I quite like it, and it feels like there's silk in there, but there's not. It feels silky. It has the drape. This is on 4mm needles. It has like the drape of like something with summer fibers, but it's not. I'm just obsessed over this yarn, and I'm definitely going to be making either a big shawl or a sweater with all the leftovers that I have. So that was the bases. Again, I will have, I think I'll link in the description of all the bases on my website, all the information and everything. And these are all new bases. I had bases before, but I wasn't totally in love with them. I found a new supplier and I am in love with these bases more. I am just super happy with everything, and I love the colorways and I love the collection. I love how it turns out. The collection will be available on May 23rd. So from filming, that is I'm filming on Monday. I'm not sure when this video is going to go out. It's definitely going to go out before the collection so you can have time to plan your pattern ideas, colorways, and all that. It's going out on Friday, the 23rd of May, and it's going to be open until basically summer's over or I'm tired of it. I have not really planned throughout my head because where I live, summer is like from mid-May to mid-September, so I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it open that long. I'm wanting to do a fall and winter collection. I don't know if those are going to be separate, but I'm going to plan it out I will let you know when I've decided all of that, and I will give plenty of time before the collection closes to give you warnings and all of that. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about was the made to order / in stock process, because I just wanted to clarify how it's going to be done. So they are kind of in stock colorways. So these colorways will be available on the website. They are not pre-orders, so it's not going to be like 3 months until you get it. It's every week. I'm going to tally up all the orders. I'm going to then dye the yarn and then ship it out. So they will be made to order yarns. It's not going to be in stock like I have everything already dyed up, but I'm going to get the orders every week, then dye them up, then ship them out. So I'm not sure the processing time yet because this is the first time I've done something like this. So once I've done this for a little bit, I will have it up on my website of how long it takes to get to you. It will be making time will be probably 1 week to 2 weeks, and then depending on where you live, the shipping and the delivery time will be different. So that is all the information that I wanted to share with you today. And okay, so I'm sorry if the camera angle has changed. My phone stopped recording when there was like literally like 30 seconds left, so I'm going to do this outro real quick, and I can't remember where the camera exactly was. The collection comes out Friday, 23rd of May, which is this coming Friday, and I really hope you like the collection, and I would love some help sharing and getting it out there. I'm a relatively new dyer, so I am still a little bit new to this, and I would love to find my people and really make my dream come true, and I would love your help doing that. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.